Welcome everybody to episode 4 of Art Intertwined, presented by the Artist Guild of Anna Maria Island. This is Wendell Graham, your host, and we want to welcome you. Today's episode, we have a mix of history, poetry, song, art, and more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Art Intertwined. With the new day, I thought it appropriate to read something written by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He wrote, "Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. He is rich who owns the day, and no one owns a day who allows it to be invaded with fret and anxiety. Finish every day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities, no doubt, crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. Begin it well and serenely, with too high a spirit to be cumbered with your old nonsense. This new day is too dear, with its hopes and invitations, to waste a moment on yesterday's." That's Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's ironic that we dream of traveling the world to visit faraway lands and treasures, yet in our very own backyards, there are interesting tidbits of historical significance and nature's gems just waiting to be discovered. All we have to do is open our eyes and look. That's right there in front of us. So since we can't travel freely, we're going to bring you to another of Manatee County's jewels, the Florida Maritime Museum in Cortez, Florida. It is housed in a 1912 schoolhouse which is bursting at the seams with maritime exhibits, historical materials, boat models, photographs, tools, a research library, and so much more that preserves the Florida maritime history. But today, we're exploring the outside of the 4 acres of grounds known as the Cortez Nature Preserve. As we virtually stroll the grounds, you'll be surprised at what you're going to find. Ready? How about a propeller belonging to a former Sarasota steamboat named Mistletoe? That's right, Mistletoe. A wooden water tower, a folk school, a treasure trove of plant species, and a pond with its very own big blue heron, as well as its own mascot by the name of Pip the Pelican. Pip wasn't there when we went by. He was flying someplace. Anyways, it's a wonderful place to visit. There's so many little things that you would never have looked at if you didn't know about it. So go there and explore. And be sure, when we're able to open doors to all of our businesses and nonprofits, go back and visit the Florida Maritime Museum building itself and meet the staff, Christine Sweeting, Alexis Lucas, and Jennifer LaForge. They're a treasure trove themselves of information and so welcoming. So enjoy the stroll today. The Florida Maritime Museum.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, a bright blessed day, the dark secret night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going I see friends waving hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn so much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
That beautiful voice belonged to Artist Guild of Anna Maria Island member Donna Grossman. Thank you, Donna. Donna was singing Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World, a song co-written by Bob Thiele and George Weiss and recorded by Armstrong in August of 1967. Our next segment's about plein air painting, which means that you're painting outdoors. You're capturing the light. You can use a pen and ink, you can use a pencil, you can use crayons, you can use a paintbrush, you can use a camera, whatever you want. But we have one of our members named Phil Jensen, who's a very extraordinary photographer. His work is in our gallery, and he captured on camera a friend of his who was plein air painting. It's a beautiful photograph that actually looks like a painting, but even more so, it's a beautiful story. So here is Lynn Jensen, one of our members, telling the story about her husband, Phil, and his photograph that he captured called the Swan.
I am Lynn Jensen, and my husband Phil Jensen took the photograph of this picture. Phil spent the first 40 years of his life living in Janesville, Wisconsin, and for many of those years he had a large Chris Craft motor yacht that he kept at his marina in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin. He spent the summers cruising Lake Michigan, Green Bay, and Lake Huron, and frequently he would invite friends and business associates to accompany him on 1 or 2 week cruises. On one of these occasions, he had 3 friends with him, and one of them was a well-known Midwest watercolor artist, Wayne Gunness. They left Sturgeon Bay and spent several days cruising the east shore of Michigan, spent a couple of days on Mackinac Island, and continued on to Lake Huron and the North Channel of Manatee Island, Canada. Their first port of call in the North Channel was Meldrum Bay, a small but extremely picturesque fishing village at the west end of Manatee Island. On the first day in Meldrum Bay, they all went their separate ways to explore the village. Phil ran across Wayne on a rocky beach where he had set up his easel to paint a picture of an abandoned Great Lakes fishing boat named Swan. Phil has always loved photography and was always taking pictures on these cruises. This was a situation of being in the right place at the right time. As a footnote, while on this cruise, Wayne and Phil developed a plan for opening an art gallery and frame shop in their hometown of Janesville, Wisconsin. They called the gallery the Beachcombers Gallery. The gallery opened in 1966, and Wayne was in charge of the art and frame department and Phil the business. The business was very successful and stayed open for many years. Unfortunately, Wayne passed away several years ago, but many of his watercolor paintings continue to live on throughout the Midwest.
Now, it's the little things that mean so much at times and bring us sunshine just when we need it. And I'm going to share a note that I received the other day from someone that I want to bring some sunshine to you or pass it on to you. Listen in. Wendell, just checking in to see how you are doing. I hope these current circumstances are affording you some extra time to create art. I'm sure we'll all be looking to artists to help our souls heal. I was doing some much-needed organizing in my office and found some seed in paper pulp. April showers being apropos, I thought they deserved a chance to become May flowers. I hope you and your loved ones are staying healthy, resilient, and optimistic. That's it. Wasn't that wonderful? I hope you get some sunshine like I did in receiving that note. Thanks, Andy. Have a great day. Well, that's it, folks, for episode number 4 of Art Intertwined, presented by the Artists Guild of Anna Maria Island. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you tune in next Friday for episode number 5. This is Wendell Graham, your host. Have a wonderful, safe, healthy, and artsy week.